one of the stories that I was going to tell if I got to maybe tell the short story was that when I was engaged, it was either when I was engaged to Dad, which was only from February till August when we got married in 1962, or it was at our wedding. Two of his cousins, the girl cousins, they were both here today, Mary Fox and Sandy K. Elaine, now married, but they were about, I think Mary might have been a little older than him, or a little younger. Sandy's definitely younger, but there were two sisters. And they were with a batch of people. That's why I think it might have been at his wedding. And they were saying, you're so lucky to be marrying Eddie. Everyone's ever looked up to him. All the girl cousins have crushes on him, but they know they couldn't marry him because he's their cousin. But he's just so easygoing. And then anyone could marry him. And I thought, yeah, I'm really lucky. And the longer we were married, the more I knew how easy he was to get along with. If something bothered him, he either didn't talk about it or maybe it didn't bother him, figuring out that, it's not worth the effort to make an issue over it or something. But one of the things that it came clear to me again what they had said, that, and he never really complained about anything. If he didn't like I like to experiment cooking. I used to much more years ago, but I'd have to ask him, do you think, how do you like that? And he'd say, I think you can throw that recipe out. But he hadn't said a word while he was eating it, and he always ate well, and ate a lot, ate more than I did, despite the size of him. But how easygoing he was, and it really hit me about, I think it was sometime around COVID or before COVID. I've always done the laundry. When my kids got married, they didn't know how to do the laundry because we were very frugal and we always did full loads. So the only way to do full loads was to collect everybody's clothes. So we always had two baskets, two hamper sort of thing, one for whites, one for darks. When they were full, I'd do the load, and I'd fold the clothes. But everyone had their own section of clothes, and they put them away. From the time they were 2 years old, kids put their own clothes away. I'd fold them as soon as they came out of the dryer, put them in either their own basket or their own half a basket or whatever. Now that we're just the two of us, I have a whole basket, he has a whole basket. And it's the same thing. When the whites are full, I wash it when the darks. And when you want the clothes, you bring it up from the basement. Well, I don't bring his basket up. So his basket's up there one day, and I walk into the room, and he's doing something with his socks. And I said, what are you doing to your socks? He says, I'm putting them in my drawer. I said, no, what are you really doing with them? He says, oh, I like my socks folded over like this. And I always just made like a sock ball. I would stick, you take the two socks and you just stick them into each other so you get a ball and something hanging, and I throw mine in the drawer. Well, for at least 60 years, he never said a word. And he just, when he gets his socks, he just takes them apart and folds them over. And he lines them up like envelopes in a drawer. Never complained. Never changed a suggestion. And that's what had me think of Mary and Sandy saying, this guy is just so easygoing. I mean, it seems like a little thing, but it's just kind of the picture of the whole of him. He makes the best of whatever the situation is. If he can put it the way he wants it, he does. Doesn't make an issue over it. And maybe that's how he gets along with so many people. He was, he played soccer with the Over the Hill League. He was a soccer coach. He was always in demand. He was always asked to be on teams or helping out with this and that or running this and that and stuff. And We always helped each other, try to make it easier for each other, and I think that's what kept us together. And we're extremely lucky to be as healthy as we are, and as active as we are, And I got a good laugh the other day when we're trying to see how many people are answering invitations, and the cousin who had volunteered, I found out, must be having memory problems. She couldn't find the list, and she couldn't read the list, and I typed up a new list, and her son, printed it out and gave it to her, and she said the wrong phone, and she's saying, oh, I talked to this nice person, but, I don't know who it is, and so then Steve took over, so there was a lot of kind of confusion who could come. But the thing that got me, Andy says, just invite everyone he knows. And I'm going, what? I did not invite anyone from the senior center, and we've been going there since we were in our 60s, except one woman from my band, from the Silvertones, B.B. Braxton. I went to the theater with her once, and we just seem to have the same complaints about the band or issues with the new director of the band or something. And the same thing, no, quote, politicians, even the ones that, Eddie was in the planning board for 10 years. I'm still on the board of assessors. It's since how old is Steve? 45, 46 years. So we have other people that we know, and kind of stayed away from that group but when he said, just invite everyone he knows, I mean, it's, when you're 62 years in the same town, you know a lot of people, even if they're not your best friends, and a lot of the best friends have died. The relatives that are away this week are just amazing, and even some who responded that they were coming are not here. My godchild, his niece, Heidi, she's sick. Her husband came. Two of the other Hillis sisters, his oldest sisters, 2 kids, 2 of them are dead. They're kids, and they were dead. They said they were coming and didn't. There's a lot of sickness going around and all, and yet it was a wonderful turnout. Some of his best friends' wives are here. They're dead. It's like the world is just going fast for us, and we're still here. So. And we're definitely very thankful for what we have, our good health, good kids, good grandkids, kids that all try to help each other and be Christian. Oh, that's about it. But number 3,